The Pitt expeditions might be coming sooner than expected, and the 2022 roadmap should be unveiled later this month. It's news time. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. I'm back for another round of news, which includes some hot details on upcoming content, as well as some hints that the Pitt expeditions might come sooner than expected. Anyway, for this video, I'm also bringing you several new issues related to the Fasnacht Day event, such as strange exploit or hacks which make robots rain from the sky, and there's even a returning reef which can destroy friendly NPCs, sadly. There's also the AFK syndrome surrounding Fasnacht, as well as many other things. So without any further ado, let's make haste and jump right into the details. Let's start with some exciting news released with the latest Inside the Vault article on February 10. I know this one was widely covered and you're probably aware of it already, but in case you missed it, here it is. Bethesda confirmed the content roadmap for 2022 is coming soon and more details should go live later this month. I would expect it to get published on the last Thursday of February, on the 24th, since they typically release their news on Thursdays. Anyway, Bethesda also told players to keep an eye on the official website for more news on the upcoming Invaders from Beyond update, as well as Season 8 and even the new community calendar for Spring 2022. Apparently, they are planning to release all the good stuff all at once, so stay tuned. The following weeks should bring plenty of exciting news for 76, which honestly will dictate the future of this game. What if I told you Bethesda is planning to release old Fallout 3 assets? Well, it probably wouldn't be a shocking revelation, would it now? But according to the data miner Maddokgrot, Bethesda has recently added the statue bust to the game files, with the Atomic Shop tag attached to it. If you played Fallout 3, you probably remember it, and that's because this is not just a random bust. It's actually a replica of the one found in Fallout 3, the Pitt, at Haven Uptown. It's located at Haven's main door, right past the giant wooden statue in the venue. Here's some in-game footage to make things crystal clear. Now the question is, why is Bethesda planning to add this statue now? What does it even mean? I tried to find out the answer, but sadly, I couldn't. According to the Fallout Wiki, both the Heavens building and the wooden statue have a background story. They are both based on existing in real-life assets. However, there's nothing about this bust at all. I tried to analyze it, and I have the sensation the portrayed man could belong to the Brotherhood of Steel. The chin metal part and the covered ears makes it look like he's wearing the typical Brotherhood of Steel under armor used by Paladin Dance in Fallout 4, for example. But then again, there are a few Fallout 3 candidates who kinda look like this bust, such as Ismael Arthur, the leader of the Pitt in 2277. It could totally be him, or maybe not, since this building is pre-war. I decided to ask Maddokgrot's opinion on his finding, and he thinks it's most likely a fancy decor bust without any meaningful story behind it. I still have my doubts, but maybe he's right, or maybe not. Maybe you guys can help me figure out the answer. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything about this bust. Anything at all could help, so do it. With this latest fact in mind, could the Pitt expeditions come sooner than we think? After all, Bethesda is already working on Atomic Shop items related to the Pitt. Plus, recent findings suggest the expedition system is developing at full gas with a solid layout, as I explored in one of my latest overviews, featuring 20 new Datamined facts on the Pitt. To be honest with you, we could be facing two opposite scenarios here. First of all, this could just mean Bethesda's priority is strictly focused on the Atomic Shop. Therefore, while they are already adding the Pitt items without the actual playable system being ready, it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Because for the past 6 months or so, we hardly got any new content, but the Atomic Shop still gets weekly updates, even if it's weaker in new items lately. Anyway, the second option here would be that the Pitt will get released sooner than expected, and by expected I mean late 2022, Judging by the current early stages of development, there is no way Bethesda could push expeditions before winter. There's no way. I mean, we barely have anything other than system rules, one basic tutorial mission, and a schematic for a new faction and a new NPC. There are a few more things, but that's basically it. However, there is a slight chance that what we can data mine is not the exact reality of the development state. Over the years, I have noticed that Bethesda has hundreds of test cells in the game files, and some of them are hardly readable. In fact, some of them are attached to developer personal pages, probably internal databases, which we as players and miners have no way to access. So taking that in consideration, in my view, there is a slight chance the expedition system could be in a much more advanced stage, just not part of the public game files yet. Moreover, let's not forget this system was announced over 8 months already. That's a long time, a very long time when it comes to a single feature development. So again, there's hope expeditions will arrive sooner, but I guess we will have to find out later this month with the upcoming content roadmap. Now let's move on to some strange incidents reported in the past days. It seems like hackers have been having a blast at Fasnacht in 2022, as lots of players have been encountering robot trains. In the literal sense, just look at that. I wonder if you can loot them? That would be so much free junk. Anyway, this sort of incident always seems to happen near the Helvetius church for whatever reason, as shown in different reports. Now, I can't say for sure this is an exploit or a plain hack, but from what I know and what I could gather on this new issue, it is most likely a spawn hack. It follows the same logic to begin with. I retrieved some old clips, and yeah, it's definitely the same procedure. The hacker can simply spawn as many items as they want, anywhere, anytime, as long as the hack is active and working, creating piles with hundreds of items as a result. Even when Nuclear Winter existed, it was possible to spawn items there, as shown, so you guys can have an idea. It's pretty much what's happening at Helvetia now, except the items are now replaced with collectrons. Why did the hackers choose collectrons, and why are they always spawning them at the church? Well, that's beyond me. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe the hacker circle behind this is trying to send us a subliminal message or something. Or maybe they are just having fun trolling us. You never know. On the bright side, at least they are not killing the NPCs and failing the event straight away, but they can cause a lot of server instability, lag, and delays, which can ultimately cause server crashes. So even if this incident might look hilarious at first, it's surely not very hilarious for the affected people crashing and missing the Fasnacht rewards because of these spawn hacks. At least it doesn't seem to be happening very often, so there's that. Anyhow, I would expect Bethesda to release a hotfix soonish if this is indeed an exploit, but since it doesn't look like it is, it's a complex matter, so don't rely too much on that idea. Griefers have been using a new old tactic to fail the event and deny rewards to everyone participating. I said new old on purpose because according to Reddit reports, this exploit has been around for many years now. It's just not a lot of people use it until now. After all, they had way better and more effective exploits to use, like explosive bait, which got recently fixed. So now griefers are moving back to old exploits which are still viable. Anyway, if you spot player camps with lots of turrets near Helvetia, there's a good chance the owner intends to grief the event because the exploit revolves around turrets. I tried to find more about how it works since most posts on Reddit got deleted already. So I started by testing it on my custom world, and I discovered this is not a simple bug or anything alike. It seems like a heavy glitch instead. As such, if you are in pacifist mode, then your turrets cannot disrupt the event. Don't worry if that's the case. On the other hand, if you often engage into PvP, then you could be in trouble. I tested a few times and nothing ever happened when I was in pacifist mode. Later on though, a player sent me these screenshots which clearly shows player turrets killing the Fasnacht NPCs, and there's also a tagged player in red, which makes me believe believe the owner of the camp must engage into PvP first before the exploit can disrupt the event. It's actually a lot of work for the simple pleasure of griefing others. So hopefully this one won't become a trend, but if it does happen to you, at least now you know it wasn't a bug or some divine intervention. It was just the works of a malicious or very bored player griefing the event and affecting you in the process. Moving forward, Fasnacht Day has always been a very farm-intense event. In other words, you normally have to complete it hundreds of times before you can get the rare masks you want. So, as a result, a lot of players tend to leave their characters online idling in hopes to increase their drop rates. I really can't blame them for doing that. However, in 2022, things have reached a whole new level. I have seen dozens and dozens of posts about this in social media, and in-game, I often see stacks of players at the Helvetia spawn. Now, unlike a lot of players say, I don't think this is necessarily a problem. It only becomes a problem when, let's say, 80 to 90% of the participants are all away. If everyone is idling, then who's going to do the event, right? But without such dramatic levels of AFK, I think it's not much of an issue, really. Now, I know some players use auto mouse clickers and spinners to ensure the system won't boot them due to inactivity, but in such cases, it's up to Bethesda to decide if such players are indeed violating their terms and conditions or not. It's not up to us. I mean, you can always report them if you want, I don't do it, but it's a free world after all. I would advise you guys to take this entire AFK situation with humor, laugh it off, or make an AFK motto like Lady Illyria did here, make memes and enjoy. Life is too short to dwell on players who do not have 12 hours a day to farm Fasnacht, but still want to get some rare masks. It really doesn't hurt to share and care, if you know what I mean. If you feel like Fasnacht Day hurts server performance, then do let me tell you, you have been right all along, my friends. I mean, it's pretty obvious, we feel it all the time, the event bugs left, right and center, the servers crash, there is a list of new issues attached to it and so on, but there's nothing like an old good official statement to prove your theory is right. The community manager Volseek has recently confirmed that Bethesda is aware of the performance and stability issues attached to Fasnacht. Volseek also said there are parts they could improve, yes, but it's not going to happen in this edition of the event. So maybe in 2023 we will get to see a more stable Fasnacht with less bugs and less issues. It does sound like a dream come true though, but you never know what the future holds, am I right? Still on the Fasnacht topic, I saw a rising post today on Reddit where the poster has a solid point in my view. They claim that placed camps around Helvetia can decrease the server stability and corrupt the NPC pathing, or at least contribute for that to happen more often, since the servers are forced to load way more things at once while the event is also running. Now, I did notice that a lot of players are now placing their camps around Helvetia. I'm not sure exactly why they do this, maybe to ensure other players check their creations, but this theory is most likely correct. In programming, higher volumes of data always take longer to process with the same exact specs, and forcing more data to load than the one it can handle usually leads to system anomalies. But the good news is that the event itself seems to do that already on its own. It affects server stability, as I just mentioned in the last point. Plus, there's all the hackers spawning assets and carrying hacked items around, so I don't think camps affect the event's health that much. It's just another factor, another among many others, which could indeed decrease performance. It doesn't necessarily do so, but it could. It's certainly not the only one though. I would say avoid placing your camps there, but if you do, that's also okay. However, keep in mind that players are often nuking Helvetia, so for that reason alone, you should place your camp elsewhere, just to be safe. Well, the last Fasnacht news I have for you is about the rare masks drop chances. Most of you guys are really not happy with the super diluted pool, and some players have been requesting Bethesda to rethink the 5% rare mask category drop chances. I really think they should do something about it. They should change it. Either increase the chances, or they could just increase the chances to get what you are missing, like what they did with daily operations. We have that feature in game already, so maybe it's time to extend it to some other events. I mean, 0.4% chance per rare mask is just a really bad joke. It's like Bethesda only wants to reward players who won the lottery, you know, who got blessed by the RNG gods, or dupers, because these two groups seem to be the only people who are benefiting from such drop rates. One would like to say that it's common sense to grab at least one new reward after completing the event over 100 times, but you know, it's 76. That's not the case for most of us. It's not that I care about the items per se. The new masks are not very appealing to me, but I can definitely see the problem here. I would be furious if it was something I really wanted. No wonder so many players choose to simply AFK and hope for the best. Bethesda is totally encouraging this sort of behavior with these dreadful low drop rates. Alright, I have one last news for you. Minerva is back in town for another 3 days of Emporium sale. She is currently spawned at the crater's entrance, and she has also stuff for you, such as the Stranglerheart Power Armor set. Yep, the full set. So if you are missing it, now it's the perfect time to get it, if you can afford it, of course. It's a lot of gold. There's also some other plans to consider, such as the Daily Ops solar panels or even the Gauss pistol. They are all good stuff, so if you are missing it, it's a good chance to get it for less money. Minerva will be live with the current sales until next Wednesday, February 16, so hurry up and stack up while you still can. Ay, caramba, it wouldn't be Fasnacht without a new array of bugs every year, am I right? The same procedure as every year, everyone. Anyway, the random bug for this video is a visual one from fireworks, I think. While doing Fasnacht, a player was throwing lots of fireworks around me, and suddenly my screen got filled with this red fog or smoke. I'm not sure what happened there. I had never seen such effect before, but it's really cool. They should create a smoke grenade like this and turn this bug into some official item. I think players would highly appreciate it. Anyway, that's everything for now. I hope I could keep you up to date with everything Fallout 76. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, and as per usual, thanks for watching. I am Marta Branco, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. For now, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all of that to help the channel. And a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel by donating. Until then, take care, adios, bye bye!